I used to work the night shift restocking shelves at a supermarket in a quiet rural town. The place was called Great America, and ironically, it was anything but. The town was tiny, fewer than 1,000 people, and the supermarket was the only major store around for miles. At night, the place transformed. After the last customer left and the fluorescent lights dimmed slightly, it felt like a different world. My shift started at 10 p.m. and ended at 3 a.m. It was peaceful work, just me and one other employee hauling out pallets, restocking shelves, and listening to music through a shared speaker. That night, it was supposed to be Terry. We'd worked together plenty of times before, and I had no reason to think anything would be different. I arrived a few minutes early, parked in the back lot under a flickering sodium light, and entered through the stockroom door. I wedged the metal door open with a rubber stopper, like we always did, so Terry could get in if he showed up after me. Inside, the store was still. The kind of silence that makes your ears ring. I punched in, pulled on my gloves, and got to work moving the bread pallets out to the bakery aisle. About 30 minutes passed before I realized something felt off. Terry wasn't there. At first, I figured he was running late. I went to the break room to check for his stuff, nothing. Then I walked back to the stockroom, and my blood ran cold. The door was shut. Locked from the inside. But I had definitely propped it open. I had wedged the stopper in tight, habit, muscle memory. No wind, no draft could have knocked it loose. I stepped outside, and there it was, the stopper. Lying a few feet from the door. As if someone had deliberately moved it. I called Terry. He answered groggily, sounded like I had just woken him up. "Dude, I'm sick," he said. "Didn't Mark tell you? I texted earlier. Not coming in." I didn't even answer. Just stared at that door and felt something tighten in my chest. Someone had shut that door. From inside. I told myself it was nothing. Paranoia. Maybe I knocked the stopper loose by accident. I went back to stocking. But that creeping unease didn't go away. Then, the crash. A loud bang echoed from somewhere across the store. It sounded like metal, maybe one of the shelf end caps, or a dropped basket. It came from the dairy section. I froze, holding a loaf of rye bread mid-shelf. Someone was in the store. I stepped out into the main aisle and scanned the rows. And that's when I saw him. A man. Tall, dressed in black, walking calmly across the end of the aisle. His head turned slightly toward me as he passed. Not startled. Not in a hurry. Like he belonged there. I called out, "Excuse me," and started walking after him. No response. I turned the corner into the next aisle. Empty. Then I saw him again, at the far end of the frozen foods. Standing there. Still. Facing me. Head slightly tilted. I blinked, and he turned slowly, walking out of view again. I started to jog. Something in my body screamed for me to run away, but I went toward him instead. Toward the registers. That's when I saw him one last time. He was crouched behind the bread display. Half hidden. Just his face visible. Mouth hanging open. Eyes locked on mine. Then, he waved. Slowly. Deliberately. I shouted, "Who the hell are you?" But he darted away again, around the corner, gone. That was it. I dropped everything, ran out the back exit, got into my car, and locked the doors. My hands were shaking so bad I fumbled my phone trying to call my boss. He picked up, sleepy and annoyed. Told me, just get him out of the store, or call the cops. No way I was going back in there alone. I called 911. A sheriff's deputy showed up maybe 15 minutes later. I led him through the store, back into the aisles, my stomach turning with every step. I kept thinking he wouldn't be there, that I'd imagined it. That maybe I was having some breakdown from working too many night shifts. But no. He was there. Standing in the pet food aisle. Still. Staring at us. That same blank expression. The smile stretched just a little too wide. His eyes were sunken, with dark rings like he hadn't slept in days. He didn't move. The cop ordered him to come forward. And the man obeyed. Walked forward like a puppet being pulled by strings. They cuffed him without a struggle. He didn't resist. He kept smiling. When the cop asked him what he was doing in the store, he said, "Just looking for a snack." That was it. They took him away, and I finished my shift. Alone. Shaking. Watching every aisle like I was waiting for something to crawl out from the shadows. No one ever told me who he was. No break-in. No mental hospital report. Nothing. But I swear on everything, I will never forget the look in his eyes. The way he watched me. Like I wasn't a person. Like I was the snack.